Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be speaking with you about the healing power of the words I'm sorry. Once upon a time, a friend was driving me home after we had dinner together. And we were hashing some things out in our relationship. I'm not sure that was the best time to do that, but it was the time for us. She was expressing a moment to me that she felt dropped. By me. I allowed the words to enter me. I felt the pain of them. And I said to her, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Remember, she was the one driving, so I had the privilege of looking over at her and seeing tears begin to well in her eyes. She then proceeded to tell me that I'm like an emotional laxative. And sometimes when I'm around, it all starts coming out. We laughed, continued on the freeway into the warm oranges and soft pinks of the sunset as it began to envelop the sky. I'm sorry is a phrase that means a lot to many of us. We want to hear it from people in our lives, but are met by defensiveness or a deafening silence. We want to say it to people in our lives, but become afraid and shrink back into ourselves. Sometimes, as was the case with my friend, someone offers those words to us and tears come. We didn't even know we needed to hear them, but when we did, our heart opens and our emotions release into the space. I'm sorry is an opening of the heart. You're going to hear me say this many times throughout this video. Fundamentally, I'm sorry is an opening of the heart. It's a willingness to feel the pain of another and to open into it. In this act, we discover that our emotional worlds are not private affairs. Our emotions are not private property. They want to spread out and stretch out into relational space. When we say the words, I'm sorry, we are holding someone's pain with them. So as their emotions, as their memories, as their pain stretches out in relational space, it finds a hand. And that hand is ours. And we're saying, yes, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. As we do that, we give their pain an opportunity to alchemically transform into more safety, love, and a stronger relational foundation. Sometimes I'm sitting with clients and they are expressing to me moments in their lives, past, present, that have been painful, things that they haven't told anyone before. And as we sit in the depth of the moment together, from a place of warm attunement, I'll say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Remember, I'm sorry is an opening of the heart. We don't need to be the ones who've done something to someone to say, I'm sorry. And for it to touch someone's heart in just precisely the way they need in a moment to open. We are all long overdue for many, many, many I'm sorries. I want to share yet another story with you. I was with a friend, this was recently, just a few months ago, and I was expressing to him a time that I felt rejected in our relationship. I was doing my best to say, listen, I don't mean to project onto you. This has been with me for a long time, and I just need to express it to you. I just need to bring this into our space. And he paused for a moment. He took it in. And he said to me, I'm really sorry that you've been feeling that way. That wasn't my intention at all. And hearing those simple words, I felt the pain and the rejection that I had been feeling for years, y'all, melt into a warm sense of being seen, being heard, and being held. Have you ever heard the words "I'm sorry" from someone and they didn't land? Maybe they felt rushed, they felt premature. I think one of the reasons that can happen is because, as I've been saying, I'm sorry is an opening of the heart. Sometimes someone else, or perhaps ourselves, we aren't ready to say it yet. Why? Because we haven't actually opened our hearts yet. We're still wrestling, and because we want to get out of the tension of the pain, we go, I'm sorry. But really, we need to slow down. We need to slow down to give ourselves and the other, or the others, time to really land in themselves and have the opportunity to be open. Because when someone has expressed their pain to us, what are they doing? They're opening their hearts. And when we say, I'm sorry, we're opening our hearts. And for that other person, that's an opportunity to feel felt by you. Oh, I can feel, when you say I'm sorry, I can feel that you're feeling me right now. As my emotions stretched out in our relational space, I could feel your hand in mine. I can hear you saying, I'm with you. In these moments of mutual vulnerability, through the voluntary cracks in our armor, I want you to hear that one more time. Through the voluntary cracks through our armor, we choose to open our armor and expose the soft flesh beneath. Light comes in to wounded places that have been waiting years or lifetimes to feel its warmth. In those moments, the world changes. And I mean that. That's not just poetry, though through poetry we express the most fundamental truths about reality. I mean that literally. The world changes. But I'm not going to get into that in this moment. That's another video, another article. Who do you think the person we need to hear I'm sorry from most is? Do you think you need to hear it from a parent, perhaps? A friend? An intimate partner? A coworker? I personally think, let me give you my opinion. Hold up, Aaron, I didn't ask for your opinion. I'm going to give it to you. I think the person we need to hear sorry from most is ourselves. When we hurt other people, we hurt ourselves. There are times where we hurt ourselves where we don't impact anyone else, seemingly. I mean, think about it. Who is the person that we have hurt and harmed most in our lives? It's usually us. That's just by design. That's just part and parcel of being human. The person who we need to hear sorry from most is ourselves. And I wonder if you could just take a moment with me. You may not know, my name is Aaron. Aaron, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. As I say that, I can just feel, my nervous system down-regulating. You may not even know in this moment what you're saying sorry for, right? Sorry for all of it. Sorry for all of it. Now, that's a healing practice that I encourage you to engage in. Saying sorry to yourself. Remember, sorry is an opening of the heart. And we can open our hearts, we can open our spiritual hearts to embrace wounded parts of ourselves. We can be in resonance with ourselves. We can say, I'm sorry. So up until now, I've been speaking from a kind of psycho-spiritual perspective, but I want to open into kind of a full-blown cosmic perspective here. And I want to talk a little bit about the divine. One of the many ways that we can talk about the divine is as a cosmic heart. And the divine, she is always available to feel your pain, suffering, and difficulty with you. And like we did just a moment ago, I want you to see if you can take just a moment here with me and feel the divine feeling you, feeling your pain with you. And when I feel the divine feeling me in this moment, I notice that just like when I said I'm sorry to myself, my nervous system naturally downregulates. That's a resource that's always available to you. The divine is always here, and she, he, they, whatever pronoun you prefer, are always available to hold your pain with you. Indeed, she always is. She always is. But we can tap in for a moment and feel that resonance, feel held by the divine. The divine is vulnerability itself. Do you remember when I said that I'm sorry is opening into mutual vulnerability? The very fact of our interpenetration, of our interwovenness, of our non-duality, right? Of our not-two-ness, is the divine reality. The divine is that. And so, whatever has been fractured in ourselves, in our world, in the cosmos, is always being held in a larger embrace of wholeness. I'm sorry, that opening of the heart is a recognition of that larger embrace of wholeness and the power to mend that what has been broken. And when it mends, it doesn't just return to the way that it was before. It actually complexifies. It becomes stronger, it becomes more beautiful, and it becomes more whole. To illustrate that, I just want to talk briefly about the Japanese pottery art of kintsugi. Perhaps you've heard of this before. Pottery of all kinds. Let's take a bowl, right? A very common place item is broken. The pieces are gathered and they are mended with veins of gold or platinum or silver or other metals. And now I want you to imagine a black bowl that's been broken and has been repaired. It has been mended with veins of gold. That's what happens for us internally, that when we become wounded, when things heal, they don't just return to the way they were before. We are more whole, more beautiful, more ourselves as a result of having gone through that process. I'm sorry is opening into the shared pain of our humanity. I'm sorry is opening into the shared pain of our humanity. We hurt ourselves and the people we love. We all do. It's not because we're bad, it's because we're human. So I'm sorry is an indispensable phrase, and opening our hearts into that shared pain is an indispensable act. And when we do this, our pain, our shared pain, has the ability to turn into what we all long for. And that's love. Our pain has the opportunity to transform into love, and love changes the world. Thank you so much for joining me for this journey. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in more content like this, please subscribe. If you have comments, questions, critique, feedback, I'm open to all of it. Leave them in the comment section below. I wrote an article on this. You can find it linked in the description on my Substack. If you're interested in my services, you can find my website linked in the description below as well. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll see you next time. Take good care.